Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Cryotic playing video. This time we are playing the night version of Kashyyyk on Galactic Assault. So as often I do, I skip the first minute of the match and go straight to flying. Because that is what I do best, most of the time. So I chose the Interceptor here, because with his heavy laser on the E ability, he can dish out tons of damage even to ground units. At night, the ground units are not too visible, but you can see their blasters when they're firing. So it's actually not that difficult to target enemies. This first part of the match, you might have seen it in the short. That short was a sort of trailer from yesterday. But this second part of the match, the longer one of course, is something that is not in shorts yet. Maybe I should make some more, because this this version of the map looks awesome. So racking up the kills quickly now. Lots of ground targets, lots of flying targets. And our team is doing great. They haven't even scratched the surface of our crawlers, which is amazing. But I seem to have annoyed the enemies for far enough, and they are already targeting me with the iron torpedoes. And the iron torpedoes are not like the air-to-air torpedoes, missiles, because they don't stop chasing you. Right? Yeah. They don't stop chasing you when you use your afterburner, so you need to dodge them completely. You can see here, I use my afterburner and the missile is still chasing me. It needs to crash into something or hit you in order to stop. Let's try and lose them inside of the Venator. It works. I fly too much within the Venator. It's a little bit of an addiction for me. So this type of gameplay, you fly high, you bomb low, and you always keep a watch for the enemy Starfighters, because of course they're your biggest threat. Not this AI, the one that I was targeting, but this type with name. A good player in a Starfighter can shut you down pretty effectively. You cannot... Ooh, that was dangerous, and yep, too dangerous. So in my head I'm debating here if I should use the Interceptor or Bomber. Because Interceptor is more nimble, of course more deadly for the enemy air, but Bomber is more deadly for the ground. But I decided to go with the Interceptor, because if you're quick enough, you can do 2 strafing runs as opposed to 1 with the Bomber. Unless you crash again. That was close again. So when you're on the attacking team, you need to keep the enemy away from those disruptors. This is not a good idea. Yep, challenging Bomber with the Interceptor is not a great idea. So here I'm considering if I should play a hero or again Starfighter, and let's do a hero because I only fly usually. Lightsaber heroes on this map, especially in the first 3 quarters, is not too good. When you get to the next stage is great, but at this stage I need to close the distance and they can shoot me from very long distances. So I stick to rooftops. A lot of guys here. The freeze ability is so amazing. They are powerless. And also the ability, the E ability does so much damage. So I cleared out that room. I took a little damage, but nothing problematic. That would have been awesome if I hit that guy in the air, but he almost missed the ledge. The air support is coming in. So if you noticed, in the last few matches, when I get a chance to get a hero, I usually get Kylo from the dark side. I don't know, his lightsaber and his cloak looks pretty cool to me. That guy was sneaking around our guys. So yeah, Kylo is also very powerful. Q ability is pull, so you can destabilize the enemies. E ability is of course what do they say, blink strike. You teleport to them and do massive amounts of damage, and then if there are enemies close by, Kylo jumps to them as well. And the F ability is a freeze. It freezes them for a few seconds and they cannot do anything unless something or you as Kylo hit them. There's that pesky, I think that was Yoda. Whoop. That was unintended, but it was good. Yoda lost his half HP. So one tip for you guys, of course many of you know this, but enemy heroes are always visible on the map. That circle, in this case that red circle is Yoda. He's defending against so many fighters. This Yoda, I remember now, is prone to over defending. You're just holding the right mouse button. So not really easy to damage, but he won't damage you as well. And as I said, this part for a lightsaber hero is not the best because you need to sneak around and pick off targets. But if the targets are too far away, you cannot really close the distance easily, unless they push like this. And yeah, I was about to say previously, so your job as on the attacking side is to destroy the ion disruptors and then not let the enemies pick them up. Because if they pick them up and target the MTTs, then they can damage them. It's very simple. It's very difficult to lose the crawlers, the MTTs at this stage, but if you lose more than 50% of the HP, then you lose tickets for the next stage. So if you are over 50 tickets, 50 HP percentage-wise, I guess, on the MTTs at this stage, you're good. Because the next stage on this map is quite difficult. You need to plant 2 bombs and explode them simultaneously. And it's very dependent on the side that has the better heroes, I guess, because lightsaber heroes in those crawlers, in those behemoths that are parked, is very important. You cannot really challenge a lightsaber hero inside of them, unless you push with many people at once. Jump troopers, as always, are very capable on such open maps as this, and Boba Fett as well, as you've seen there. Oh, they managed to launch it on the left MTT, so they'll target it now. We have 90% HP and we almost are at the location, so we are more than good. They have 0 chance of destroying it now. Another fight with Yoda. I'm not just super focused in Yoda this time match, because lightsaber heroes are dangerous to face. I don't have to face them. I don't prefer to face them. If I have to, then okay. So I'm trying to find the opportunity to attack Yoda and Anakin here. Yoda is low HP, so we might be able to get them, but there are a lot of troopers as well. So we need to get our streak going still. So we arrived, the first objective is done, and they are now retreating. And while they're retreating, it's a good opportunity to strike them down, as you are again. In this match, we have, of course, Yazam with me. And we also have in the team Harbert. We are not friends, I think we are not friends on EA Games, but Sometimes we are placed in squads. He's a great player. Especially in the ground modes. But a great flyer as well. Oh! So we got Yoda there. That was the E ability. It teleported me twice for some reason. And Yoda wasn't expecting that. So the saga of Yoda is finally ended for this match. So one trick for these crawlers here. You can see me now do it. You jump to the wheel here. And they don't expect you to come from that angle. They would expect you to run on the platforms. And what I said here, they're defending the behemoth, the crawler, whatever it's called, the turbo tanks. Destroy the turbo tanks. It's probably called turbo tank then. It's quite good to defend, but if I get inside of there and Anakin wasn't there, then I would have got him. And I'm not sure what I was doing there, but not a good play for me. So now I should probably return to flying, because this is the last stage where you can be useful flying. You can use the flying units, the Starfighters. What's this? Fireworks. I wasn't sure what was causing that. So as I was saying, this is the last stage where you can be useful with the flying units. Otherwise, the last stage, the third stage, is inside of there, inside of the Venator, and of course you can fly in there, but you cannot really bomb the enemies that well. And here you can do quite a good job of course clearing the air first and then bombing the entrances. So if you can stop the enemies from going in the turbo tanks in this case, I guess they're called the behemoths. If you can stop them from going there, then your team has easier chance to plant the bombs and wait for them to explode. With the bomber, as I said previously, it does great damage, and you can see there are a lot of people there. I missed them somehow. If I struck the 3 or 4 people there, then I would have killed at least 2 of them. Instead, I only kill once. So in this case, for example, I can try and strike down the enemies, but if I move my mouse too much, I will crash. So I decided not to try it. The torpedoes, the dual torpedoes on the bomber are truly deadly. The E ability doesn't work on ground units, so I use it for the bot. The ability is multi-missile lock, but it needs to lock on to fire it. You cannot down fire it like you can the proton torpedoes. To down fire it, you just press the F button twice, like that, and it does a lot of damage. It can kill almost any regular troop and most of the specialist troops, and take half of the HP of hero if both torpedoes hit. So this is what I was saying. You don't let the enemies come through to the turbo tanks, and it's an easy job for your team. That was some hero, I think it was Aiden. She hit me twice and took off half of my HP. So I need to be more careful. This is a good pilot. I mean, he didn't expect me to attack him immediately from his spawn. And he either crashed or did something, not sure. But he survived long enough to make me lose time. That's a triple kill a few seconds ago with the torpedoes and the strikes. So now we're getting to the last stage, and as I said, with the bomber I'm not sure what I will be able to do. But again, you can destroy the enemy flying units. You can try at least. And with the Q ability, they cannot see your target in your reticule, and it's very difficult for the enemies to target you, even when coming on head-on. That bomber is gone. Somebody else killed him though. And now I'm checking if there are enemy flying units. They are. Let me try and escape there. And ooh, that was dangerous, and I got shot down by an officer in the end. A crazy way to go. Okay, so let's. I'm thinking now. Let's finish the match. Vader is great option for this stage because of his E ability. He gets overshield, and makes him incredibly tanky. He's already tanky with his 950 HP and his deflection, but he's a great hero to have here. So the ability gets him 200 more HP. I think that's with the additional star cards. Q ability is a lightsaber throw. Not too useful for me, at least. I cannot aim it that well. I'm trying to understand that. You usually aim for the, how do I say, for the feet, a little bit behind the enemy, and then you need to hit them twice to kill them in one lightsaber throw. So it's a little bit difficult. And of course the F ability is force choke. Yeah, if you wait 1 second and then dash towards them, you can hit them while still they're force choked. I'm not sure if I explained that right, but you can force choke them, dash towards them, and then hit them again, which kills almost any of the regular units and deals tons of damage to the specialist and the heroes. And see, here for some reason we got teleported away by a cheater, glitcher, not sure what happened. So I'm losing my hero here, and Yazam is losing his Kylo. That's a good story. A grandfather and grandson dying together by a cheater. So we are hoping now that they won't use the cheat glitch, whatever it is, again, because that day when we were playing this, there were a lot of this sort of thing happening. There are some people without nothing to do, I guess, and using glitches. Anakin is trying to save the objective, but he's too bloodthirsty. I think he will die. Or he saved it this time. But we have 65 tickets, which is more than enough to get this objective. So yeah, as I explained, the last stage is we need to plant 2 bombs in the Venator. And wait for them to explode. Flying reinforcements are possible here, but not too useful. The tanks, are, as you see yourself, are quite useful. These rolling balls, what they are called? Yeah, I cannot remember. I'm not sure. I blanked out. The rolling balls, whatever they called, they're great for this stage because you can shield and they cannot do too much to stop it unless they are lightsaber hero or they do heavy damage to you. So the bomb exploded and we've won. A great match overall. Kashyyyk looks great at night. I think you all guys agree. And I think I was second or third. Yes, second. This you toxic don't be. Yoda guy is quite awesome. We played a few matches together and he was always great. Okay, thank you guys for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.